Hey everybody, we're back with our Effects on Violin series. We're talking about one of my personal favorite effects, wah, or wah-wah, or wah pedal, or wah are you doing this for? Anyway, I love wah, I use it a lot, and I'm excited to talk about it this week. In our effects series, we're going to hit a different effect each week. We're going to talk about what those effects are, how you can use them, and then a lot of weeks we're going to talk to a guest artist who will talk about how they use that particular effect. This week we're talking with my friend Rudolf Haken, who is the professor of electric strings at the University of Illinois. It's a pretty long interview with him. He's got a lot of really cool stuff to say. So there's a link to that interview right here. You can check that out when we're done here, okay? Don't be leaving just yet, okay? Got to get my stats up. These are the things that we've been talking about so far. If you have missed any of these weeks, feel free to go back and check those videos out. I think they're all going to be super helpful for you, and there's some really fantastic artists there. If you're not familiar with them, you should get familiar with them. So, wah, what is it? Everybody's seen the guy rocking that pedal down there, and you hear that waka waka, kind of that 70s jive type thing. Love that sound. And but how do we use that? What does that pedal do? How does it work? It is a sweepable band pass filter that you control the center frequency with your foot. I have no idea what you just said, Matt, but it sounded fun. Okay. Well, band pass filter, remember in our EQ lessons, we talked about how EQ can bring up or bring down different frequencies in the audible spectrum. A band pass filter is a filter that only allows certain bands of frequency to pass. A band of frequencies can pass, hence it's called a band pass filter. Everything else is cut out. This is what a band pass filter would look like if you're looking on your RTA or on your EQ spectrum. You can see that there's a center frequency there, this way. There's a center frequency there, and then there's sort of a bell-shaped curve. That's how EQ filters work. So that center frequency is what we would say is the frequency. And then that band, every pedal is going to kind of use a different shape or a different width band. And that's why there's crybabies and creamy wahs and all these different kinds of wahs. Each one is a little different, but this is generally how they work. If you've got this band of frequencies that can pass, and then where that frequency is, you can move with your foot. That's what the sweepable part means. That center frequency can be moved or swept from low frequencies to high frequencies. And this is kind of what that looks like. If you're rocking your foot back and forth, this is what that band of frequencies that it's going from low to high is allowed to pass. All right. There are two end positions on the wah pedal. We'll talk about the heel down where the low frequencies pass, and then the toe down where the high frequencies pass. And yes, you can flip a polarity switch on some of these wah pedals and reverse that. That's weird. It would really mess my brain up, but you might like it better that way. I don't know. But this is what the two end positions sound like. There are a couple of common mistakes that I see people use when they first start out with a wah pedal. One is that they kind of only use this wiggly motion. We'll have a video right after this. Ones where they only go to extremes. They only put their heel toe down, or they only put their heel down. They don't use anything in the middle. This is an expressive tool. You can use the whole sweep. That's why it's a pedal and not just a button that you flip on and off. So don't use it like a button. Use it like a pedal. There's a continuum here, and you can use all the spaces in that continuum. One is to be overly rhythmic, where we just play the thing like a robot like this. It's an expressive tool. I don't know, try to express yourself a little bit. And then we can go too far the other way and just be random. And like we're here and we're here, you're like dancing like Elaine in Seinfeld or something. Only certain people are going to get that joke. So there are, this is a video where I'm going to demonstrate a couple of those mistakes, and then I'll show you maybe one of the right ways to do this. There's 1,000 right ways. This is maybe one of them. So that's one of many ways to do it, I guess. Where in our signal chain, where would we put this pedal? It turns out there aren't any real rules here. You'll often see that guitar players will put it near the end of their pedal board, but that's still before their amp. So that's kind of in the middle of their signal chain, maybe. You can really kind of put it wherever you want. I usually put it before my time-based effects like reverb or delay, but you can kind of get some cool sounds by doing it the other way. So I would totally experiment with where to put this. And I'm going to give you a little video with a couple of options here. All right, so how do I want to use the wah pedal? Again, we talked about a couple of ways to do it wrong, and then maybe to do it right, we're going to use it as an expressive tool. Again, there are no real rules here. You will often hear people pair it with distortion. That's a pretty common way to use it. Just keep in mind that the wah pedal is one of those things, it's like seasoning on food. Like overuse can kind of diminish its impact. It's, as much as I like wah, nobody wants to sit there and listen to an hour straight of wah playing. So you want to have it on, you want to have it off. And by the way, I didn't put this on the slide, but the way you turn it on and off is there's a little toe switch usually in the pedal. Let's see if I can find one. It's right here. Unplug this. There's a switch underneath the toe. So when you put your toe down, you kind of have to mash extra hard on that to click that switch. And that's what turns the wah on and off. So that's how that works. That's just a couple ideas for you to mess with. I hope you get one of these pedals. I hope you have a lot of fun with it. It's an awesome pedal. It adds another layer of expression. We've got this bow hand that we can do so much expressive stuff with. The wah turns that from 2 dimensions into 3. It is really incredible how much you can use this pedal to increase your expressive palette. And I hope you get into it. I hope this video was helpful for you. As always, please subscribe to our channel, mash that subscribe button, and check out a couple of these other videos, especially this interview that we do with my friend Rudolf Haken.